What is it? So what are you? Do you want to talk just a little bit about politics, but more on the spiritual side? Because I know, like, I was at a table last night with like 3 women, 3 dudes, and then one of the dudes was a young Harmontown fan who came to the table and like made the mistake of telling Evan Shapiro, head of CISO, that he wasn't voting. And oh, you guys are here, yeah, okay. Don't get a big head. You're not a hero in the story. No, you're right. So it's fine. You're fine. You're a lamb to the slaughter. I like why it's like Evan Shapiro's like, oh my God, you're not gonna vote. And it's like I'm like, I sympathize with everybody. But the funny thing is that it was a bunch of dudes, one of them yelling, everybody laughing, then of all this talking and all this stuff, and I just, like, my girlfriend and 2 other women were the other half of the table, and it was kind of like, I picked up like a couple of like sound bites that it's like, it's as if women are going through something right now where it's like, they're all looking at each other going like, do you fucking believe this? like does it, no matter how they feel, they're just like, does anyone not get, I don't know, like, what is it, what can you give voice to that so that I'm not mansplaining it? Or
yeah, well, I mean, as a human, I don't know about how my woman status plays into it, but as a human, I'm looking at this election going like, what the hell? How did this happen? How did this crazy person get so far and so popular?
But do you get mad when people are? Or is there something inside you that's like, is it frustrating because it's everybody's argument to have, everybody's decision? Is it frustrating because does it feel a little bit like, this is my time. This is my space. This is not really in the grand scheme of elections. Can you fucking pick up this bullshit some other time, and can we get this over with where we make this historic, important step? Is that do you ever? I don't know. I don't want to put thoughts in your mouth, and I don't know if or maybe that might offend you that you're like, I'm characterizing you as blinded by pheromonal like fucking higher calling. I don't know. Just save the show. Tell us where you're at.
Yeah, no pressure.
Speak for all women and get a standing ovation.
Yeah, okay.
Back into the goal of a standing ovation from all women, and then just imagine, what would I say to get that? I'm kidding. Obviously, that's a terrible way to approach creativity.
So women.
The alternative is you just say how you actually feel, and knowing that someone out there might like put a Reddit post and say like, she's got a lot of nerve. If you're willing to risk that, you can just say how you feel.
I do appreciate that the dialogue on women has become so much more the forefront of everything right now. And for once, people are angry at the things that Donald Trump and the like are saying, which is huge. Just the fact that there are so many women and men coming out and saying that's so not okay. It's so not okay that we would actually vote for someone of the opposite party, for example, based on just these comments, let alone policy and all those other issues
have you encountered? I don't even know what's going on with Republican women. Because that already sounded like an oxymoron before this election. Like, but then again, somebody's a Republican woman. Like they exist. There's lots of them, right?
Yeah, sure.
I don't know what the numbers were, but you've been paying more attention to that than me. Has there been a huge exodus from GOP women to that are saying like, this guy's the worst and it has to do with who I am, fuck fiscal policy, fuck class struggle, fuck cultural shock, for this 4 years I'm with her. So have you like encountered seen that?
So in my social circles, I generally congregate with liberal women and liberal men who are like-minded. But from my readings in the Washington Post, I see more and more women of every political leaning saying, I'm with her.
He's a pig, yeah. All right, well, it's too late. There's nothing we can do about it. Because this airs after the apocalypse. All we can really do is in like a lamb, out like a lion. Look how happy I am. It's like I don't know the world is at stake. Is this guy even going to vote? Look at his face. This guy may not even vote. He may just get out one of his old stickers from the drawer. just to stick on it. So it's like, oh, there's a lot of lint on it, so there's scotch tape behind it. This is from the Nader election. Still stick straight to my shirt. No, I'm gonna, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna pull the lever like very proudly for somebody that, in spite of all my political opinions, which are left of anarchy, which means I wish that everybody that ever thought they had the right to tell us what to do would die in a fucking inferno. So who do you vote for? The Green Party? I don't like them either. I know there's got to be a better way, but I also don't like the look on people's faces if I tell them I didn't vote, and posturing about how the system isn't going to work and all this stuff. I would never ever ever tell anybody that was choosing to write in their roommate or vote for a third party candidate or even not to go vote. At the point where you're bullying those people, you got to step back and ask yourself, all they're saying is they're not voting for this particular fucking system, and if your only advertisement for it is to yell at them, why? What do you expect them to do? Go, oh yeah, so sorry. If you want them to be a fan of democracy, at least give them the space to waste their vote. That should be their right. And I'm gonna, but I always go. I'm going to go pull the lever for the Democratic candidate because, this fucking guy is an emergency, and I resent the fact that I should be tending to an emergency with my fucking vote. That shouldn't be my vote's job. So I'm but it's not the time to protest because both voting and protest voting aren't going to make a fucking difference. That's the problem. Revolution doesn't happen behind that curtain. If anything behind that curtain could happen that was powerful, it would have been made illegal a long time ago. And so, but I'm going to go do it out of solidarity. And then I'm we gotta fucking, for real, we gotta figure out how to get to we gotta get and then, we gotta fix this. We gotta if you're a human being and you're living within the system, you have the right to go stand out on a street corner and say, I don't like the system. I think it should change. And if somebody comes and stuns you with a taser and puts you in a van, then that you've done your job that day, because you've proven when we give AIDS to cancer, as we talked about in a previous episode, you're alerting white blood cells to a thing that should be fought, and we'll get started on that after Tuesday. We gotta just go okay, that's great, historical. She's president. Now let's fix this shit. These people are born rich. They have no fucking entitlement to talk to us like animals. We gotta have representative democracy, and just I'm so proud of it. Look at me. There's a woman that loves him, and she's gorgeous. She's amazing looking. That's not why I like her. I noticed how hot she was 3 conversations into making intellectual love to her. Do I protest too much?
That's beautiful.
Okay.